All right, we are joined by Kelvin Head, women's acrobatics and tumbling coach Ellen Barker, and we are about 24 hours and change away from the start of Kelvin's first official competition in acrobatics and tumbling. So, Coach, let's just talk first and foremost about getting this program together. You got hired about a year and a half or so ago, and you've been steadily building it. It's not your first time being a head coach either, so you had some experience in it. How's it gone at Kelvin so far?
Calvin's been great. Incredible, actually. I think what we can offer for the student athlete experience is really unmatched, and we're jumping ahead a little bit in the schedule, but I cannot wait to compete at home and be a part of the Kelvin game day atmosphere.
So how do you go about now, like last year you were going through some practice sessions and getting people to join the team and that kind of thing, but now you're actually prepping for competition. So specifically over the last 4 weeks or so, how have you kind of focused in on getting your athletes to be ready to compete at the college level? I mean, it's going to be the first time, I think, for just about everybody on this roster. So how have you gone about that?
Exactly, for everyone on this roster. So it's very interesting being the only one in the practice area who's ever been a part of a game day, meet day atmosphere. So a lot of it is just using my experience to prep them as best I can. We say a lot in practice that preparation is confidence. And there's peace in preparation is what we say, peace in preparation. And so we do everything we can to make it like a mock meet and really try to replicate that meet day atmosphere, even though there's nothing quite like it. But so I'm excited for them to experience that.
So you're excited. How would you describe the temperament of your athletes and their excitement level going into tomorrow night?
I think it's almost hard to be maybe purely excited when it's a little bit of that nerves, because when you don't know what to expect, there's a little bit of that uneasiness. But I think that, again, with that peace and preparation, if they just trust their training, I think that excitement will lead into really great skills and hopefully a really good, confident experience. And I told them all the time that I just want them to leave the mat just confident in what they put out there.
So tomorrow, 6 o'clock is the start time for your competition at Adrian. We have the live stream link up on kelvinknights.com. If somebody's watching, take us through the competition. I think it's 4 rotations, and there's some differences in what each rotation has. What will people see, especially for somebody who's watching for the first time?
Yeah, so there will be 6 events. The first is compulsory, and so that should be a direct comparison of our skills. So that's the first event. The second event is acro, or maybe if you've come from a cheerleading background, you'll think of like stunting. That's our acro event. Pyramid is after that, which is just, I call it tall acro. It's just acro, but built with 3 layers of athletes. Then we have a 15-minute halftime, so that's the perfect time to grab some snacks or take a breather, walk around, do some chores around the house if you're watching the live stream.
Yeah.
And then that's when our athletes will warm up for the second half, which is really exciting. I love the second half. We start off with toss, tumbling, and then team event. So the 3 T's are in the second half. Team event is everything combined that you saw previously in the meet, and that's set to music, and hopefully the sound is on, because it's a really, really fun event to watch, and that's for all the marbles.
Looking at your roster, it's like 16, 17, 18 athletes, somewhere in that realm. A lot of newcomers to Kelvin, first and foremost, freshmen on the roster. You got some sophomores, a few seniors, that type of thing. I think everybody's new, though, to acrobatics and tumbling. So how would you describe the makeup of this team? I mean, you don't necessarily have to go into everybody, but, it's, a new blend, and they all have to kind of fulfill different roles with the way acrobatics and tumbling kind of functions as a sport.
For sure. I'm very grateful for this particular mix of student athletes that we have, and these young women are amazing. And I think it takes great people to make a great team, and we definitely have that. We had a couple, like 4 or 5 who practiced with me last year, even though we didn't compete. So they had that little bit of a leg up of experience on some of our drills and stuff like that. But we do have a big group of freshmen, which they are. One thing I love about freshmen is that they're enthusiastic, they're ready to go, and they're just ready to try something new. And so we've had that enthusiasm really kind of bleed into everybody. And so now everybody comes in on the same page into our first competition, which I'm really looking forward to. So they'll all be able to experience something together as Team One, and I think it'll be a great experience for them.
Are there any team goals that you've kind of set with the group this year on things you'd like to achieve, or just do as the season goes along?
A little bit of that. I think we've been focusing mostly on like the feeling we want them to have and growing confidence and like really taking pride and ownership of that Team One mentality, because we don't have, at the very least, if we don't win a meet this year or whatever, even though we hope we do, and we think that's definitely possible, we really are hoping to just build the foundation for Calvin acrobatics and tumbling as a whole. And I think creating a great environment is the top priority of that, and putting good skills out there and being confident. So I think that's been our number one priority, is to embody that Team One mentality.
Sure. So final thing, let's talk a little bit about the schedule. Just kind of take us through where you're headed. I know you've got a couple of road trips, and then of course March will be exciting because you've got 2 home competitions. I think March 19 and March 29 are the dates. So just take us a little bit through the schedule, how it works for the team, and then maybe point to those home competitions for people to come on out and support the Knights.
Yeah. So our this meet season actually goes by super quick. So definitely if you get a chance to come to Calvin on March 19th or March 29th, please come. It happens really quick, and that'll be towards the end of our season. So our athletes will have a little bit more seasoned experience under their belts, which will be really fun. They're going to look like old pros by the time they get here. So we're really grateful for that experience on the road first. But I think with the facilities and experience that we have at Calvin, nothing's going to match it, which is going to be really cool, especially at the D3 level. But yeah, so we'll see Adrian, I think 3 times. So we're at our first home meet as Adrian on Friday. So we'll see them 3 times this year. And probably more at the Division III tournament in April, which we're really excited about. It's going to be really fun. And then we head to Buffalo, which is going to be a really fun trip. A lot of our athletes have expressed a lot of excitement about, taking a bigger trip, which is going to be really cool. Then we head to Concordia, and then we're at home. And I believe then we have a tri-meet with Adrian and Trine. I love some MIAA matchups. It's going to be really fun. Hopefully we can grow in this conference as well and have MIAA conference championships too. So that would be really cool. So then we finish out with Trine at home for our regular season. And then we'll head into Buffalo again for the Division III tournament.
Very good. Well, we're really excited to see your first competition tomorrow night. And it's going to be an exciting sport. We wish you all the best, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Thanks. Go Knights.
Go Knights.